So someone asked for a clarification on my devotional this morning. Basically, they wanted to know what I learned about the animal sacrifices. And it all goes back to Genesis 3, where, hold on. So this is speaking on Genesis 3. This happens after the fall of man. This happens when after the serpent comes to Eve and tricks her, and she then tricks Adam. Sorry, my stuttering is bad today. She then tricks Adam into sinning with her, and they both committed the first sin. After they both committed the first sin, which is eating of the fruit from the tree of knowledge, they ate of the fruit, and the eyes were opened to things they didn't understand before, like their nakedness. And when they realized they were naked, they took fig leaves and from a tree and made clothes out of them. Interesting fact, those tree leaves from the fig, I believe it's fig, are very itchy, very uncomfortable. So they were uncomfortable in their sin, hence why they hid from God when God came into the garden that same day. And so their sin, their shame was exposed. God had given them a commandment to not touch the tree, and they still did it. So in order to cleanse them from their unrighteousness, in order to cleanse them from their sin, he had to sacrifice an animal and use the animal skins to make comfortable clothing for Adam and Eve. That is how death entered into the world. That was the first death, giving clothing, giving covering to Adam and Eve. So that is why God required animal sacrifices back in the day, because they needed to cleanse themselves from an unrighteousness. And the way that God requires the cleansing to happen is for a shedding of blood from a pure, clean animal. So there was we're going to get into it, but there was actual, laws about what type of animals and how they should look so that it can be a clean, pure animal. And that's why animal sacrifices were happening. If you have any questions, this brings up a good point. If you have any questions about, what I'm reading, what I'm talking about in my daily devotionals, let me know. We can go through them together. God bless.